Hi everyone, Kathy here with continuing with my low-tech video process. Um, I'm filming on the photo booth app on my laptop, and I'm facing you directly. I'm going to kind of point it down at my workspace in a minute when I start. And I will tell you, just because this is the first day of December, I'm doing a video every day for Scrap Squad's 12 Days of Christmas Scraplifts. Let me do that. And today the lift original is this one, and this is Keely Brennan's version. And I'm going to kind of take the orientation inspiration from her and do mine that way. And I'm doing this kind of as a design team layout for my creative scrapbook because I have some papers left over, and they just worked out, I thought, really well for the photo I want to use and for the design I'm going to use. And I'll explain all that to you later, how I cut it and so forth. And I'm also doing the day one prompts from Dotty about Flair, and their prompts are today are paper layers, so I'm going to have lots of layers under my photo, and rainbow, so I've kind of cut a rainbow out of using a Rosie Studio die using white cardstock, and I'm going to use the negative space in it, I think. We'll see. And I've also die cut some greenery out of that same white piece of cardstock. So I'm going to put that aside, put that on my tray. I've got lots of fussy cut packages and other things that will go on it that you've seen or will see on my other design team layout. So this is the first page of my creations from that kit. It's the December main kit at my creative scrapbook, but it's the last one. This is the first one you'll see. It's the fifth one I've done. So the others will be released throughout the month. So I kind of wanted to talk to you about my video schedule and my live schedule. I'm doing videos all 12 days of the 12 days of Christmas Scraplifts at Scrap Squad, and I'm going to do lives on the 5th and the 29th in the Scrap-A-Sketch group. I've done sample layouts, and I'm going to do a live doing the sketch that Lisa puts out for that day a completely different way from what I did in the sample. And I'm doing a live on December 11th. I have a challenge and a live at 1 p.m. Eastern. And I'm not sure, I think in Lisa's group there'll also be 1 p.m. Eastern, and that would be 6 p.m. UK time. And that may change. It's subject to change, so I'll try to get the information out as soon as possible. And I'm doing a challenge and a live on the 11th at 1 p.m. in the Twilight Crop and Craft group on Facebook, and I may try to do a live on December 12th in my Scrappy Kathy group or on my commercial page. And I don't know why I set it up as a commercial page. It was to distinguish it from my personal page, but I'm not selling anything on it. So it's just a commercial page with all of the annoyances that commercial pages bring with them, and none of the fun. So I just thought I'd try a live there. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with this layout, and I'll try to put a schedule, that schedule out for the month of December on my Scrappy Kathy page, and I may also do it on my Instagram, and I may put it in the discussion description part of my YouTube videos. I'll just kind of plug and paste it in so anybody who watches a video will get a chance to see that schedule. So I'm gonna apologize for my hair. I have my full blown Texas big hair going this morning. Normally, I've done my water aerobics class, and normally when I get back and try to wash the pool water out of my hair, it's kind of dry and does this. And you can see my straightening needs to be refreshed because the part that's growing out underneath is beginning to curl. So all of that usually gets tied back in a scrunchie and that's kind of how I tame it and get it, but I didn't take the time to do that today. Okay, so I'm going to turn this way and I'm going to point it down and I'm going to hope that the lighting is good enough and that you can see everything. I can see a little bit myself that you're able to see things, but it's going to be at an angle. So I apologize for that. These sheets of paper were almost full 12 by 12s. I had fussy cut some of these elements out and also a couple of these elements, but I had enough left to cut a couple triangles. And I'm going to do those triangles on here. Let me just get this, and I've been kind of threatening to run out of my tape here, so if it runs out in the middle of this video, it never has had little enough that I was willing to go ahead and change it in between videos. Now I debated whether to use this plaid side or this side, and I just love this side so much because it has the little berries and the florals, and it has the little tiny yellow berries, so it brings that yellow color in. This collection is, let me get this straight, it's Pink Fresh, and I'll show you some of the other bits of it that I have here. It's let's see. This is a paper I really love. It's the Pink Fresh Holiday Magic. I forgot to say the name. And this, I'm gonna try fussy cutting some of these little guys and use those as sprinkles in conjunction maybe with some sequins or something somewhere. So I'm gonna put that aside. And I've got a couple other things I'm working on with that collection. But I've got this down now. This is my photo. This is some packaging from behind the stencil that came in that kit. I'm going to put all of these layers behind here kind of wonky, and let them kind of turn and twist a bit as they attach. Let's see if I can do this. I'm actually going to do it this way. Just little bits kind of showing behind there. And I've got this one fairly large piece, so that can kind of go down here. And I think I still want to put some foam behind that, even though there are all those paper layers. Because you know me and dimension. I love dimension. Okay, now here I've got like a strange arm here and then another arm and a shirt over there. I'm going to maybe cover those up with either this title block. I've got this title block that's on yellow. I don't want to use the whole square, so I'm going to fussy cut it, leaving a little bit of that yellow around the circle. And then I'm going to lay my title on top of it, and I have a couple options I'm considering for my title. I've got there were some little pressed chipboard embellishments that came with the kit, and I'll show you the package in a minute. It's from Creative Embellishments, and it's these little guys, and they are just lovely. So I thought I'd maybe try to do that there, and I want to use some foam behind it. I'm going to get this on a lot earlier than I usually do my titles. I usually wait till the last minute, but for this one I kind of want to see how the other bits and pieces are going to go. I thought I might use this rainbow right there with the blue behind it, just to kind of uncomplicate it a bit. I forgot to tell you that the third element that in the Dotty about Flair prompts, there's rainbows and paper layers, and there's gold. And so I've got some gold splattery stuff from Jen Hadfield. It's called Gold Glitter, and it's a reasonable substitute for the Heidi swap that everybody was using there for a while. I'm going to put this word joy on here, and I'm going to prop it up with some foam tape, and then I want my title to be Christmas Joy. So I'm either going to use the word Christmas from the those embellishments and kind of do it that way, or I will fussy cut it from another piece of ephemera that might look better with everything else I'm using. I love that though, so I'm kind of that's my best option at the moment. Okay, I want another piece of foam on that Y. Okay, that keeps it up where I want it, so I could go Christmas Joy like that, or I could use this word Christmas, which kind of matches the color scheme of everything, but I just kind of like this. And I would go ahead and use in Keely's, she used the 25, And I've got those, and whatever embellishment I put over here, I might add that to it. So I think I'm going to leave this intact, use this word Christmas, because I think the color actually makes it stand out and it draws your eye to the title, which I kind of like. So there. Okay. And I've got these little guys right here that I can add kind of as we go along. And my intent is to have a lot of kind of white on white a white on white look there. So I'm going to go ahead and do those now. And I want to keep this layout fairly simple. That's one of the things I love about the original. And one way that I can keep things simple and still put all the stuff on that I want is to simplify the color palette by doing this white, so much white. And it kind of goes nicely with that. And I'm going to go ahead and do this under here and let that curl up. I'll turn it that way. Okay, now I'm going to do a cluster right up here with, I've got one of those fussy cut ornaments, and I thought I could kind of sneak it in as one of the layers there. I love the reverse side of that so much, which is this paper right here. It's just beautiful. I'm going to go ahead and put it right there. The 25 may go on there, but I need to put, if I'm going to do that, I need to prop it up over on this side. It'll stay stuck on there, but it'll lean if I don't add this piece of foam tape. Okay, so here. All right, and then I wanted to do a, because I'm doing this for Dotty about Flair, this isn't part of the kit. I will, and nor is the Rosie Studio die that I used here. So if it were one of my full bore I'll do that there. DT layouts like the first 4 that I did, I wouldn't have used anything that wasn't in the kit, but I can do that like that, and I'll do this gift maybe kind of going that. Want to see where, why don't I just do it this way? This is one of last year's Christmas Flair. My I should receive my current Christmas Flair sometime today, maybe, hopefully. I'm gonna maybe just put that there, and I'm actually thinking I might use the red gift up here because I really want to emphasize the color red in this composition because there's so much red in the photo. But there is some blue around there too. So given that I've used that, I'm not going to use the 25 there, but maybe somewhere. Now, I have a decision to make in that I may want to just leave these plain, and if I do that, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more around the photo cluster. I'm going to put it there. That's okay. And then I might add this little guy on a piece of foam. And then I have some tiny fussy cut leaf clusters that I can group around there. There. And there. And once I get those completely where the glue's completely dry, I can curl them, or I can hold them like that with my tweezers and they can come up around like that. And I think I've got two more that I could put over on this other side. Kind of going down in the other direction, just to make it a little bit different. And I'm going to press on here again just to make sure it doesn't, my screen doesn't go dark. Okay, and I have a couple of other little houses, but I think I'm not going to use those. I do have this this word strip that says just one more cookie, and I thought that was kind of cute. Let's see. It balances that color, brings that color down here. So I may just go like that with it, and then add another another leaf sprig right there. And then we'll see where my 25 is going to go. I'm determined to use it, because it's a kind of a further nod to Keeley's, which I just absolutely love. Okay, and here I'm going to add this. I'm going to cut it and put some glue. What I started to do, and maybe should have, is actually paint the... Now, if I do that, it creates a little space right there that the 25 can go. and I can have it partially on the rainbow. Anyway, if I painted these things gold, that would give me the gold without having to add splatters, but I think I'm gonna like the splatter. Do it that way, and hopefully you can see. Yeah, that's helpful. I think I'm done. I've got this Christmas is my favorite in yellow, but I don't think we need it. I think we're done. I'm going to do a few splatters kind of around out here in the white space, and that's it. So I've got my paper layers and my rainbow and my gold, and I have done, I'm not going to lift it because then the splatters will drip, and I want splatters, not drips. Maybe I could do this around in there. I think I'm going to add this. I hate to leave this unused, so I'm going to add it, and that gives me the greenery completely around the little title circle here. Let's see if I can get this up and get that down in there. Okay, I think I'm done. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you every day for the first 12 days, and then intermittently on different places, some videos, some lives, as we go through the months. So happy December. See you tomorrow. Bye. I'm gonna turn this around and click this off.